Now we need to give an honest assessment of this win. 41-23 feels like a slaughter, but it wasn't. First of all, it was the freaking Seahawks. It was a 7 seed. And if you don't remember, 7 seeds didn't make the playoffs until recently. This is a whole money grab from the NFL, and you see the quality of a 7 seed. They're not playoff teams. They're not good. Seahawks finished the season 9-9. They had no business being in the playoffs. And yet, the Niners made their offense, they made them look good. They were losing to Seattle. And, the offense got it together, scored 41. The offense looks great. But the fact that the defense, yet again, was shaky is concerning because they've been shaky for a month. They were the best defense in the league. Now they look downright subpar. And they are subpar statistically over the last 4 games. So what did we see in this game? Yet again, another long touchdown. But it wasn't Lenore. Lenore played well. Trevarius Ward was awful. He talked so much trash all season, showed DK Metcalf no respect, lined up right in his face, press coverage, no cushion, gave up a 50-yard touchdown, played passively the rest of the game. That's a bad sign. Trevarius Ward was playing so confidently all season, and it all went away today. And so, the Niners played better in the second half, or was it that the Seahawks just fell apart and came back to earth and just were themselves? Geno Smith, great story, but not a great quarterback. Couldn't even hold on to the ball in the pocket, loose with the football down around his waist. So he just did what he was supposed to do. But what happens when the Niners don't get to face Geno Smith again? Every quarterback they face from here on out is better than Geno Smith. And the Niners offense can score with anyone, but let's say we're saying the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl, right? This is a Super Bowl team. Well, what's this defense going to do in the Super Bowl if they face Kansas City again? We already saw what this defense did against Kansas City. Got eviscerated. And a lot of people are feeling like, it was a one-off. They had some injuries, and they were coming back from a long playoff. This defense doesn't look like it's improved since then. In fact, it looks overrated. And we'll talk more about the defense in particular. But to me, when you watch this game, even though the Niners won 41-23, I don't come away from this game being like, boom, there's the Super Bowl champions right there. To me, just based off this performance, if this is what the Niners are going to be doing in January, this looks like a team that's going to lose to Kansas City or Buffalo in the Super Bowl. Because Kansas City and Buffalo have great quarterbacks, not Geno Smith. And if Trevarius Ward's going to play like this, and the Niners secondary is going to play like this, and the Niners pass rush isn't going to get home Nick Bosa was neutralized in this game. He was on a pitch count, he recovered a fumble, but he didn't have a sack or a quarterback hit. If this is how the Niners defense is going to play, they're going to get smoked by a good offense and a great quarterback in the Super Bowl. So they got to fix this. And I feel like they're in denial a little bit about where they are. They just waltzed. They carry themselves, this whole team, like they're the defending Super Bowl champions. Like they won last year, and they won 2 years before then, and they can just turn it on whenever. But they're not Super Bowl champions. To me, they have this they're a great team. Super talented. You saw what they can do when they're clicked in and focused. But how often are they focused? How often do they actually uphold their own standard? Why do they have to be woken up by a 9-9 Seahawks team for them to play at their best? I understand champions flipping a switch. The Warriors do that. But they're champions. They've proven that they know what it takes and can do what it takes to win a championship. So whatever, if you need to take off the first half, if you need to pace yourselves, fine. The Niners haven't done that. The Niners are trying to prove that they're champions, and they should be playing their best football right now. But it feels like they've already, they're satisfied or something. Everyone's praised them all year. They've won 11 games in a row. Everyone says they're going to win the Super Bowl, and so they've already won it. They've essentially already won the Super Bowl. They won it last year, 2 years before then. Boom, they've already gotten their flowers. I feel like they don't have enough to prove, or they don't carry themselves like they have anything to prove. And so they found themselves in a weird-ass game with the freaking Seahawks, and Geno Smith gave it away, and now they look great. And so are they going to be honest with themselves after this game and be like, you know what, that was not good enough. We have to play so much better than that to win the Super Bowl? Or are they going to say, it wasn't good enough, but we can always play better than that. We can flip a switch. We can play our best whenever we want to. Well, maybe. Maybe that's true of the offense. But the defense? I don't know, man. I don't know if this defense can just flip a switch. You telling me Travarius Ward can just go back to being dominant, or has something been exposed? I don't know. So I guess from a coaching staff perspective, it's a great win because you won by a lot. You put up 41 points, but also there's so many things that Kyle and D'Amico can show to the players on film Monday and Tuesday and say, this isn't good enough. This isn't Super Bowl caliber football. So I hope Kyle and D'Amico can get the players' attention and be like, look, guys, I know you're feeling great about yourselves right now, but this is not good enough. And if this is our new level of play, we're not going to go all the way. So let's get serious and be honest with ourselves. I don't know. I mean, how did you guys feel in this game? Like, they were losing at halftime. They come out with the ball in the second half. The offense has a great drive to start the second half. And you're feeling like, okay, the offense has got it. But then the defense gives up a drive, and then Geno Smith fumbles. And all of a sudden, Seahawks fall behind, and all those shots down the field they were taking early in the game when it was close, they couldn't do anymore because Niners knew it was coming. They played back, and game was over. But if a better team can keep it close, those shots down the field are going to keep coming. And so far, the last month or two, the Niners haven't been able to stop them. But I want to give Deommodore Lenoir credit. It wasn't him today who got burned. It wasn't Talanoa. It was Charvarius Ward. Disconcerting.